one way of thinking about it is we've got 2 billion mobile phones out there, and one of the amazing things about mobile phones is even in India or Africa, places that don't have the built-in phone lines with wireless, you can kind of put a mobile phone in somebody's hands, right? And so an interesting medium to long-term use case, Hernando de Soto has written about how the poor in many countries don't have defined property rights. They don't have things where they can borrow against. They don't have things that they can say that they have title to, right? So Bitcoin, you can sort of parachute in over a mobile phone eventually, not right now, but in the next several years, rule of law as a service, right? So you can show that you have title for this or that object, that you actually own it. And there's already websites like proofofexistence.com, which will put notary public type stuff into the blockchain. And the question about whether you deploy something on the main Bitcoin blockchain or as its own blockchain and so on is going to, I think, be dependent on workloads and things of that nature. It's sort of like, do you develop as a web app or a mobile app? I think it's going to be workload dependent. Like Namecoin or a DNS resolver may have a different workload than a payment system. And so I think there's going to be decisions that are made as to, technically which one is better. But the blockchain itself is a very interesting data structure where it'll be abstracted out and used for lots of other things. Already we're seeing a lot of pitches on, for example, proof of storage or other kinds of proof rather than proof of work that are kind of taking ideas from the blockchain and then remixing them.
Yeah. So you talking earlier about our investment thesis. I would say we think that the blockchain is the big deal, and that currency is the sort of BTC currency is one of 1,000 applications. It's the one that gets all the heat because it's the one that gets everybody all fired up. But it's the other 999 are going to be just as important or more important in the long run. And so what we would like to do over time is basically have there be a whole sequence of have these applications all get discovered and developed, and then have there be a whole sequence of companies that get built. Digital title, digital ownership, digital media assets, digital stocks and bonds, blockchain-based crowdfunding, insurance contracts. You can there's a very, very, very long list of things where if you can have online trust in the way that the blockchain provides, you can reinvent, I think, field after field after field. And that's a big thing. That to us is probably even more important than anything that is sort of related to the currency.